Hi everyone, I'm here today to tell you a little bit about cyber-century mentoring. I'll start with a little bit about me. I'm Kristine Sihto, as you've just heard about a dozen times. I'm the Senior Editor and Communications Manager of cyber-century mentoring, which is a completely volunteer position. You can read my contributions to the CCM blog every Monday or thereabouts. I managed to drop the ball last week, but most Mondays. My day job consists of documentation services for Tinker Inc., a startup consultancy specialising in information security. I've been working in the InfoSec space for about 2.5 years now, so I've previously moved across from the training industry. So my main role consists of writing and editing, helping small cybersecurity companies get their basic documentation and templating right. So what is cyber-century mentoring? Well, these two lovely women on the screen are Amanda Jane Turner and Lana Tosic, and CCM is their brainchild. A lot of Brisbane locals will know Mandy. She works over at the JCSC, along with having her fingers in a lot of other side projects like ASA and working as an adjunct lecturer in criminology at UQ and I think also Griffith. She has a massive 19 years experience in her field. Unfortunately, she was unable to attend today, so I'm carrying the banner in her stead. So Mandy heads our Australian operations. I've only had the pleasure of meeting Lana over the internet. I hope you understand there's a little bit of a swim over to New Zealand. Lana works for Crown Law in New Zealand as an InfoSec performance and assurance lead. She's got 19 years experience in strategic alignment of information security and technology across government, military and commercial industries. Lana is managing our New Zealand operations. So in 2018, Mandy and Lana got talking at a conference, identified that there was, yes, this skills gap that we've got and we will probably have for the next decade, and started putting the foundations of CCM together to address that issue. January this year, Mandy came and tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, can you help? And put me in charge of the CCM blog, and the website was launched shortly after. And only a few weeks ago, Craig Ford was asked to join the exec team as well, and together the three of us formed the Australian executive team for CCM. Over in New Zealand, Lana Tosic has pulled in Graham Nielsen and Katrina Banks to become her executive team. Graham and Katrina both have impressive credentials. Graham is CRO and co-founder of Red Shield New Zealand, and Katrina has over 25 years experience in InfoSec across policy, assurance, governance and OPSEC. What we want to do is we want to provide an extra avenue for people who are looking to enter cybersecurity or who are already in cybersecurity and want to upskill, or if you want to shift focus. So if you're looking to come into cybersecurity from a different field, this is a foot in the door. If you're looking for specific skills, we can help match you with somebody that has those skills. If you're looking to move from one role to another, this can provide you with the experience of somebody who's taken a similar path. So this slide is talking about who our mentors are. We source our mentors from specialists within InfoSec, match them with appropriate mentees, and then we provide them with supporting resources. And this isn't a set and forget. We're going to be checking in regularly to make certain that the partnerships that we set up are working for both people, and if there are any other supports that we need to provide along the way. So we want you guys. So if you're in this room and you would like a mentor, or if you are in this room and you think you might have some knowledge to impart, we want to hear from you. We currently have mentors and mentees signed up, and we are making matches, but we need more. We're always going to need more, which is a big reason that I'm speaking here today. This room is filled with InfoSec specialists, and there are more next door in the CTF room. They should all be in here listening to me. So if you're sitting there thinking, this sounds like something I might be able to help with, please get in touch with us. So here's a list of skills that we support at the moment. This list is also up on our website. If you see your skill set on here, reach out to us and tell us you can mentor in that area. If you don't see your skill set on here, maybe you're in a niche field, or maybe we've just overlooked what you do, we definitely still want to hear from you, because we may not have a match for you immediately, but if we know that you're out there, then we have an avenue to connect to you later. Now, there are some definite benefits to being mentored. You get to sit down one-on-one and build a professional relationship with somebody else in the industry who can walk you through setting your professional goals, give you some informed direction rather than allowing you to go out there and flail about on your own. Building this sort of relationship can be quite daunting, especially for new people who are, haven't got any connections within the InfoSec community. Having someone who can not only tell you about networking opportunities, but can introduce you to other people at those very same events, can break down those initial walls and make it a bit easier to integrate into the community. That's why, you know, a friendly bears today is so important. There are also benefits to actually being a mentor rather than being the one mentored. Mentoring builds leadership skills. It builds communication skills. And the processes that you go through to help your mentee to set goals will become more ingrained, which can improve your own goal setting. It also exposes you to the perspectives of people that are new to the industry and reminds you what it's actually like outside of the InfoSec echo chamber. Now, I want to point out that this is not an instantaneous service. We don't just match people up willy-nilly. We actually do take some time to look for appropriate partnerships, whether that be considering field or location or any other number of factors, because we want to make these partnerships as high value as possible. And if you're seeking to be a mentee and we don't have enough people in your specific field offering to be mentors, we may need to put you onto a wait list, because we don't want to overload our mentors. Mentors are precious resources. So this point is important. Don't give us money. We can't accept it yet. We have no way of handling it at this point. We don't have a treasurer. We're not yet a registered business or a not-for-profit. This is going to happen eventually. We are considering this and looking at how we can turn ourselves into like an actual legal entity. But we want to get all of our ducks in a row first. Instead, if you want to help out, sign up as a mentor. We will always need more mentors. And if your commitments don't allow for mentoring someone, write a blog post and send it to me and I'll get it up on our website, or create some mentoring resources for us. As I said earlier, this is a completely volunteer initiative, so we're doing all of this stuff in our spare time, and writing for us will take some of that burden away. If you want us to talk at an event also, yell out to us and we will quite happily come along. So this is pretty much the end of my prepped work, so I'm happy to field some questions from people.
Is it just in Brisbane, or is it Australia-wide?
No, it's international. At the moment, we're set up in Australia and in New Zealand. So we are matching people already in other cities within Australia. So I don't know how far it is extended so far in New Zealand. I know that it is quite active in Wellington, but I'm not certain about the other places. Well, how far do you need to,
right? It's pretty small.
Well, I've heard there's two islands, so...
There are two islands, that's true. What sort of content do you want for blog posts and stuff?
I'm thinking, at the moment I've been looking at content that will help people to be able to build their mentoring skills, but anything that you I'm open to suggestions.
One more down there.
What plans do you have in place to build the skills of the mentors you have in the program?
Well, we are putting together resources. At the moment, we've got a mentoring handbook to step people through. I've recently put together a blog post about how to set goals using a formula called GROW. I can't remember what the acronym stands for, but it's up on the website at the moment.
Sounds cool though. Grow.
It does. It's basically a goal-setting framework that maps you through where you are, where you're going, and how to get there. So we're going to be putting up little bits and pieces like that throughout the year, and try and build a resource framework for people that are in a mentoring capacity.
One more question here.
Do you have rough estimates on commitment loads for mentors?
Well, at the moment, we're saying we're not expecting people to meet for more than once every six weeks, but we do have people that have voluntarily decided that they're going to meet more frequently than that. So it is down to the actual partnership and what the goals are, and how the two people get along and want to meet, I suppose.
All right, I think if anyone else has got questions, I think try to catch up with Kristine.
Yes.
Because she will be floating around, I'm sure. So that's it. We're going to break for lunch, and we'll be back in about an hour. Woo! Give it up for Kristine Sihto.